All right, so today we're going to be diving into the world of survival skills
Yeah.
with Eco Kids Learn to Live Off the Land.
Oh, cool.
And we've got the book,
Right.
obviously, and we've got the video trailer for it, which is really cool. And we're going to kind of pull out the most
Yeah.
practical tips and like the most surprisingly useful knowledge, I think, for you. But it's not just about
Right.
knowing like how to build a fire or find food.
Yeah.
We're also going to explore those deeper themes of self-reliance and like connecting with nature
Yeah.
that the book really emphasizes.
I think what's so cool about this book is, it's for kids,
Right.
but the lessons are like really universal.
Yeah.
It reminds us that, these skills aren't just for extreme situations.
Mm.
They're about like building a deeper understanding of ourselves and the natural world.
It's like tapping into this ancient wisdom
Exactly.
that's been like passed down for generations,
Yeah,
but with a fresh, engaging approach.
totally.
So let's kick things off with the survival essentials.
Right.
Fire, shelter, water.
Yeah.
The book kind of calls these the building blocks of wilderness living.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to hear your take on why they're so fundamental.
Well, think about it. Fire provides warmth,
Yeah.
cooks your food, purifies water, keeps wild animals at bay.
Right.
It's not just a practical necessity, it's like a psychological boost.
Yeah.
Yeah. That flickering flame in the darkness can really ignite a sense of hope and security.
It's almost like a symbol of
Yeah.
human resilience, right?
Really.
This tiny spark
Uh-huh.
that we can nurture into this life-sustaining force.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to shelter,
Yeah.
the book really emphasizes simplicity and resourcefulness.
Right.
It reminds us that we don't need like fancy gear or elaborate structures to create a safe haven.
Yeah.
Remember that lean-to design we were talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With just a sturdy branch and then some leaning branches.
Yeah.
And then a covering of leaves.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I was surprised by how simple it was.
Right.
It makes you realize that, like, shelter doesn't have to be complicated.
And it highlights the importance of adapting to our surroundings.
Yeah.
Think about our early ancestors.
Right.
They didn't have like blueprints or power tools. They relied on their ingenuity and like the materials at hand to create shelter.
Right.
It's a skill we can still tap into today.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of essential elements,
Okay.
let's talk water.
Right.
The book dives into the importance of purification.
Yeah.
And it really kind of brings home the potential dangers of waterborne illnesses.
We often take clean water for granted,
Yeah.
but in a wilderness setting, it can be a matter of life or death.
Right.
The book talks about boiling as a primary method,
Yeah.
but it also gets into like some more advanced techniques,
Okay.
like using charcoal filtration or even creating a solar still.
Solar still.
Yeah.
I've heard of those, but I
Yeah.
never really understood how they work.
Well, it's a fascinating process
Okay.
that harnesses the power of the sun to purify water.
Okay.
Basically, you're creating this mini ecosystem
Right.
where contaminated water evaporates,
Right.
leaving impurities behind,
Right.
and then condenses into clean, drinkable water.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
it is.
I never realized you could purify water using just sunlight.
Yeah.
Really makes you appreciate the ingenuity
Uh-huh.
of these survival techniques.
And it connects back to that theme of self-reliance,
Yeah.
right?
Total.
It's about understanding that we have the power to like meet our basic needs, even in challenging circumstances.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered
Okay.
the foundational elements of survival,
Yeah.
fire, shelter, and water.
Right.
But now comes the fun part, finding food in the wild.
Yes, the foraging feast. You know what I love about the foraging section?
Yeah.
Is that it encourages us to look at our surroundings with fresh eyes.
Right.
Plants that we might consider weeds
Yeah.
or simply overlook
Yeah.
can actually be like valuable sources of sustenance.
It's like uncovering these hidden treasures
Yeah,
in plain sight.
totally.
I was surprised to learn that dandelions and cattails, things I see all the time,
Yeah.
are actually edible.
It's amazing what nature provides, right?
Yeah.
But with that abundance comes responsibility.
Right.
The book really emphasizes sustainable foraging practices,
Yeah.
which I think is crucial.
Right.
It talks about the importance of positive identification,
Okay.
only harvesting what's plentiful,
Yeah.
and minimizing our impact on the environment.
Right.
They even go as far as to highlight the 3 R's for sustainable foraging. Record, only pick what you're 100% sure of.
Okay.
Take only what's abundant.
Got it.
And restore, leave the area as you found it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that we're not just taking, but like
Yeah,
we're interacting with a delicate ecosystem.
exactly.
Yeah.
And speaking of interesting foraging finds, did you see the section on pickled dandelion stems?
Pickled dandelion stem.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I was a
Yeah.
little skeptical at first,
Right.
but the book makes it sound surprisingly delicious.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't tried them either,
Well,
but they
yeah.
sound pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Now, let's address a topic that often sparks debate:
Okay.
hunting and trapping.
Okay.
The book handles this with a lot of sensitivity,
Okay.
focusing on the ethical aspects
All right.
and the importance of respecting both the animals and the regulations.
Yeah, that's a really important point.
Yeah.
It's not about, like, glorifying the kill. It's about
Right.
understanding the responsibility that comes with taking a life for sustenance.
Yeah.
And the book really highlights the deep connection to nature
Yeah.
that hunting can foster.
It's about, like, honoring the animal,
Yeah.
utilizing every part,
Right.
and recognizing the delicate balance of the ecosystem.
Right.
You know, the book emphasizes the satisfaction of crafting your own tools, like a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Do you think that adds another layer to that connection?
I think it absolutely does.
Yeah.
Like, there's something profound about creating the tools
Yeah.
you need to survive
Right.
with your own hands.
Yeah.
It's a testament to, like, human ingenuity and adaptability.
And it ties back to that self-reliance theme we
Yeah.
keep coming back to. It's
Yeah.
about understanding the process from start to finish,
Yeah.
not just taking the easy route.
Right.
Yeah.
And even though the book covers a variety of traps,
Yeah.
it really emphasizes the ingenuity and, like, problem solving involved
Right.
rather than the act of trapping itself.
It's about appreciating, like, the resourcefulness of the human mind
Right.
in a survival situation.
Yeah.
It's fascinating how we can use our knowledge of animal behavior and the environment
Yeah.
to create these, like, incredibly clever contraptions.
It's almost like solving a puzzle, right?
Yeah.
You're using natural materials.
Yeah.
And your understanding of the wild
Uh-huh.
to achieve this, like, specific goal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think we've covered, like, the more intense aspects of wilderness survival.
Right.
Let's transition to a skill that's a bit more peaceful.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah,
I think I know where you're going with this.
you got it. Fishing.
All right.
Yeah, it's a skill that requires patience,
Yeah.
observation,
Yeah.
and, like, a deep understanding of the water and its inhabitants.
Right.
What did you find most interesting about the book's approach to fishing?
I was actually surprised
Yeah.
by how detailed the book gets into the nuances of bait and tackle.
Oh, cool.
And, like, fish behavior.
Yeah.
It doesn't just, tell you how to cast a line.
Right.
It teaches you how to think like a fish.
It's almost like a chess game, isn't it?
Yeah.
You need to anticipate the fish's moves, understand its preferences,
Right.
and adapt your strategy accordingly.
Right.
I've always preferred spear fishing.
Spear fishing.
Yeah, it requires, like, such focus and precision.
I admire your patience.
Yeah.
I think I would get too frustrated
Yeah.
waiting for the perfect shot.
Right.
I'm more of a cast and relax kind of person.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Each approach has its own rewards.
Yeah.
But what I appreciate about both methods
Ah.
is that they connect us to, like, the food chain
Yeah.
in a very direct way.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that we're part of a larger ecosystem.
Right. Absolutely.
And the book doesn't shy away from the circle of life aspect.
Mm-hmm.
It emphasizes the importance of cleaning and preparing the fish that you catch,
Yeah.
honoring the life that sustains you.
It's about understanding that every action has a consequence.
Yeah,
And that we have a responsibility to use resources
yeah.
wisely and respectfully.
It's a valuable lesson, whether we're in the wilderness or
Mhm.
navigating our everyday lives.
I'm realizing that this book goes way beyond just teaching survival skills.
I agree, yeah.
It's about cultivating a deeper connection to nature,
Yeah.
fostering self-reliance,
Right.
and, like, building resilience qualities that benefit us in all aspects of life.
Absolutely.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here,
Right.
from building shelters to foraging for food.
Yeah.
But the book also delves into a topic
Okay.
that's often overlooked in survival guides:
Okay.
mental wellness in nature.
That's right. It's not just about physical skills.
Yeah.
It's about, like, cultivating a mindset
Right.
that allows us to thrive in challenging environments.
Yeah.
The book talks about mindfulness and meditation techniques,
Good.
emphasizing how nature can be, like, a powerful tool for de-stressing
Yeah.
and finding inner peace.
I find that just being out in the woods,
Yeah.
surrounded by trees and fresh air,
Uh-huh.
it helps me kind of clear my head, feel more grounded.
Yeah.
It's like nature has this like calming effect.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
And the book even suggests journaling in nature.
Journaling in nature.
Yeah, which I thought was a great idea. It's a great way to like process your experiences,
Yeah.
observe the details of the world around you,
Right.
and like tap into your creativity.
It's like taking mindfulness to the next level. Right?
Yeah.
Really immersing yourself in
Yeah.
all the sights, sounds, and sensations of the natural world.
And it ties back to the book's overall message of resilience, right?
Yeah.
Drawing parallels between adapting to nature's challenges
Right.
and overcoming like personal obstacles.
You know, I love that.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that we have this inner strength
Yeah.
to weather any storm, just like the trees that kind of bend with the wind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And speaking of resilience,
Okay.
I'm curious to get your thoughts on the book's emphasis on
Okay.
community-based survival.
Okay.
Why do you think that aspect is so important?
Well, I think it goes back to the idea that we're stronger together,
Right.
you know? In a wilderness setting, collaboration can mean the difference between
Yeah.
surviving and thriving.
Totally.
You know, sharing skills, resources, and knowledge can really help a community overcome challenges.
Yeah.
That would be overwhelming for an individual.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
The book talks about the importance of skill sharing workshops
Right.
and how communities can like tackle sustainability initiatives together.
Yeah.
It really makes you think about how you could apply these skills,
Yeah.
not just solo, but like in collaboration with others.
It's about creating a network of support
Yeah.
where everyone contributes their unique talents and perspectives.
And it highlights the power of resourceful innovation as a group.
Yeah.
When people come together with like a common goal,
Right.
they can devise incredibly creative solutions using like limited materials and resources.
It's like that saying, necessity is the mother of invention.
Yeah.
You know, when we're faced with challenges,
Yeah.
we often discover
Yeah.
hidden reserves of ingenuity and resourcefulness.
Absolutely. And I think that's like a key takeaway from Eco Kids Learn to Live Off the Land.
Yeah.
It's not just about learning survival skills.
Right.
It's about awakening a spirit of adventure,
Yeah.
resilience,
Yeah.
and connection to the natural world.
So true.
Yeah.
It's about realizing that we have the power to thrive,
Yeah.
even when faced with adversity,
Right.
and that nature can be
Yeah.
our greatest teacher and ally.
And that by working together
Right.
and embracing these principles,
Yeah.
we can create a more sustainable and harmonious way of life
Yeah.
for ourselves and for generations to come.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
Okay, now before we get too carried away with
Yeah.
the philosophical implications,
Yeah.
let's dive into some of the specific tips
Okay.
and techniques
Yeah.
that the book highlights.
Yeah.
I'm particularly interested in this section on building a solar still.
Ah, the solar still.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating example of harnessing natural resources to meet our needs.
Okay, but
Yeah.
it seems like we're running out of time for this part of our deep dive. But don't worry, we'll pick up
Right.
right where we left off
Sounds good.
in the next part.
Looking forward to it.
So stay tuned.
All right. You know, picking up where we left off, that solar still,
Yeah.
it really embodies that blend of like practicality and ingenuity
Right.
that makes Eco Kids Learn to Live Off the Land so compelling.
Yeah. It's like wilderness alchemy,
Yeah.
turning sunlight and a bit of plastic into pure drinking water.
Exactly. And the book lays it out so clearly
Right.
that even someone with like zero experience could try this.
Right.
Imagine you're out there, you need clean water, right?
Okay.
You dig this bowl-shaped pit.
Oh, yeah.
Put your container in the middle,
Right.
then cover it with clear plastic, securing the edges with whatever you can find.
It's that resourcefulness
Yeah,
that I find so cool.
totally.
It's not about having the perfect gear.
Right.
It's about like making do with what nature provides.
And then the sun literally does the heavy lifting.
Aye.
Its heat evaporates the water, which condenses on the plastic,
Right.
and drips into your container,
Wow.
clean and drinkable.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about
Okay.
like tangible survival skills.
Yeah.
Building fires, finding food, purifying water.
Right.
But what about like the mental and emotional side
Oh, yeah.
of being out in the wild?
Right.
The book seems to emphasize this quite a bit.
You're right on the money there.
Yeah.
The book doesn't shy away from the mental game of survival.
Yeah.
Which is just as crucial as, like, the physical skills.
Because let's be honest, being alone in the wilderness can be intimidating.
Totally.
Even for, like, seasoned adventurers.
First, you're facing the unknown potential dangers. The challenge of, like, relying solely on yourself. It's like a crash course in self-sufficiency.
It's about pushing past those comfort zones.
Right.
And discovering an inner strength you might not have even known you had.
Right.
It's no wonder the book dedicates a whole section to, like, mindfulness and meditation in nature.
Yeah, I found those sections surprisingly insightful.
Really?
I mean, we all know, like, being in nature can be relaxing.
Right.
But the book provides specific techniques to kind of amplify that calming effect.
Like those breath awareness exercises.
Yeah.
Something as simple as focusing on your breath can really, like, shift your perspective, calming your nerves, bringing you into the present moment.
It's about silencing that inner critic that tends to, like, freak out when we're outside our comfort zone.
Totally.
The book even suggests journaling in nature, which I thought was brilliant.
Oh, yeah. It's such a powerful practice. Not only does it allow you to process your experiences and emotions, it also, like, heightens your awareness of the natural world.
Imagine sitting by, like, babbling brook, scribbling down your observations of, like, the flitting birds, the rustling leaves, the dappled sunlight. It's like turning a wilderness adventure into poetry.
It's a beautiful way to connect with, like, both your inner landscape and the environment around you.
Yeah.
And you know what else the book suggests?
What's that?
Creating art with natural materials.
Oh, wow.
Think, like, weaving grasses into baskets.
Yeah.
Building miniature shelters with twigs and leaves.
That sparks a childlike sense of creativity, doesn't it?
Totally.
It's about, like, playing with nature, not just surviving in it.
Exactly.
And I bet that playfulness can be a powerful antidote to stress and fear.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Sometimes we take survival so seriously. We forget that there can be, like, joy in the process.
It's about finding that sweet spot between preparedness and lightness.
Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of playfulness, I was intrigued by the book's suggestion to, like, invent games using natural elements.
Like what kind of games?
Well, it gives the example of creating, like, a scavenger hunt.
Okay.
Using clues found in nature.
Oh, cool.
Like finding a feather with a specific color pattern.
Right.
Or a stone with a unique shape.
Yeah.
It's a fun way to, like, engage kids and adults alike while sharpening observation skills.
I love that it turns learning into an adventure.
Right.
Speaking of adventure, we haven't talked much about the book's emphasis on community-based survival.
Right.
Why do you think it highlights that aspect so strongly?
Well, in a true survival situation, you're much more likely to be, like, with a group than completely alone.
Right.
And as we discussed earlier, there's strength in numbers.
Definitely, yeah.
Sharing skills, resources, and knowledge exponentially increases your chances of not just surviving, but thriving.
Absolutely.
The book talks about the importance of skill-sharing workshops where community members can, like, teach and learn from one another.
I love that.
It's like creating a living library of wilderness wisdom.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that everyone has something to contribute.
Right.
No matter your age or experience level.
Right.
You have, like, valuable knowledge to share and receive.
The book also encourages resourceful innovation as a group.
Yeah, I like that.
The idea that, like, collective brainstorming can lead to incredibly creative solutions.
It's amazing what can happen when you put, like, diverse minds together, especially when faced with a challenge.
Imagine a group, like, huddled around a makeshift campfire, sharing ideas and, like, experimenting with different approaches to problem solving.
It's like a wilderness think tank.
Right.
And the book even talks about how communities can tackle, like, larger sustainability initiatives together.
Okay.
Things like cleaning up polluted areas, restoring habitats, planting trees.
It's about taking that sense of responsibility beyond the individual level and creating a collective impact.
It's a powerful reminder that we're all connected, not just to each other, but to, like, the health of the planet.
Speaking of health, I'm curious to get your take on the book section on natural remedies.
Okay.
It seems like a topic that could be both fascinating and potentially dangerous.
You're right there.
Yeah.
It's crucial to approach natural remedies with like caution.
Right.
And always consult with a knowledgeable expert.
Right.
But I do find it fascinating that nature provides so many tools for healing.
The book talks about using plants, like plantain and yarrow, to treat like minor wounds and ailments.
Oh, interesting.
It's like having a natural first aid kit at your fingertips.
It's about tapping into that ancient wisdom of herbalism.
Yeah.
But again, it's crucial to emphasize like responsible use, proper identification, dosage, and awareness of potential allergies are paramount.
Okay, so we've explored like the practical, the mental, and even the medicinal aspects of wilderness survival.
Right.
But I think there's one more crucial element we need to touch on. Storytelling.
Storytelling, the heart and soul of human connection.
Right.
What did you find most compelling about the book's exploration of this theme?
Well, it talks about how like sharing stories around a campfire can like strengthen bonds within a community and pass down knowledge from one generation to the next.
Right.
It's like weaving a tapestry of shared experiences and wisdom.
It's a tradition as old as time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gathering around the fire, sharing tales of adventure, lessons learned, and dreams for the future. It creates a sense of like belonging and shared history.
And allows us to learn from each other's mistakes and triumphs.
Totally.
It's like a living history book passed down through spoken word.
And in a wilderness setting, stories can serve as a like powerful tool for survival.
Right.
They can teach valuable lessons about the environment, animal behavior, and like effective techniques.
Like cautionary tales about encounters with dangerous animals or inspiring stories about resourcefulness and resilience in the face of adversity.
Exactly. Stories have the power to both entertain and educate. And in a way, they make the wilderness less intimidating. They help us connect with like something larger than ourselves.
You know, this conversation is making me realize that eco-kids learn to live off the land. It's so much more than just a survival guide.
I wholeheartedly agree. It's like a portal into a world of wonder. A reminder that nature isn't just something to be conquered or exploited, but rather a source of wisdom, connection, and like endless possibility.
It's about tapping into that primal instinct that still resides within us. The desire to like connect with the wild, to test our limits, and to discover the true meaning of resilience.
And as we navigate like the complexities of modern life, I think those lessons are more valuable than ever.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground in this part of our deep dive, but there's still so much to explore. We'll continue our journey into the heart of eco-kids learn to live off the land in the next part. So stay tuned.
Sounds good.
So welcome back to our deep dive into eco-kids learn to live off the land.
It's amazing how much we've uncovered, right?
I know. We've covered so much ground already. From the like, you know, nitty-gritty of building shelters and purifying water to the like more profound aspects of mindfulness and community in the wild.
You know, it's funny. One thing that keeps coming up for me is the book's emphasis on observation. Whether it's identifying edible plants or tracking animals or simply noticing the like subtle changes in the weather. It all starts with paying attention.
It's like sharpening our senses. Like tuning into the rhythm of the wild. I remember the book had a whole section on weather forecasting. Using natural signs. Things like observing cloud formations, the behavior of animals, and even the way the wind feels on your skin.
It's fascinating how much information we can like glean from the environment if we just take the time to observe. It's a skill that can be incredibly valuable in a survival situation. But it's also like a wonderful way to deepen our appreciation for the natural world.
Absolutely. It's about becoming more present, more mindful of our surroundings.
It's a practice that can benefit us whether we're navigating like the wilderness or the concrete jungle.
You know, one thing I haven't mentioned yet is the book's stunning photography.
The
images really capture the beauty and wonder of the natural world.
Oh, no, right?
They're incredible.
Yeah.
They really bring the book to life.
Yeah.
And make you feel like you're right there in the wilderness.
Totally.
I especially love the close-ups of plants and animals.
Oh, yeah.
It's like seeing the world through like a magnifying glass, noticing details you might otherwise miss.
And those images serve as like a powerful reminder, right,
of what's at stake.
Yeah.
They inspire us to, protect and preserve these wild spaces for future generations.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that we're not just visitors in nature.
Right.
We're part of like a delicate web of life.
Yeah.
And our actions have consequences.
Speaking of actions, I'm curious to hear what stood out to you as the most surprising or inspiring takeaway from the book.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
There are so many like gems in there.
Yeah.
But I think what really struck me was the emphasis on resilience.
Okay.
The book highlights the incredible adaptability of humans and our ability to thrive in even the most challenging environments.
It's a testament to like the power of the human spirit.
Totally.
And it's a message I think we need to hear now more than ever as we face like increasing environmental challenges.
Right. It's a reminder that we have the ingenuity, the resourcefulness, and the resilience to navigate whatever obstacles come our way.
I love that.
And that nature can be
our greatest teacher and ally.
Beautifully said.
So as we wrap up our exploration of Eco Kids Learn to Live Off the Land, we want to leave you with this invitation. Step outside, explore the wild, and discover the incredible beauty and resilience that lies within you and the world around you.
And remember, even the smallest actions can create a ripple effect. Plant a seed, build a shelter, share a story, and let your passion for nature ignite a brighter future for us all.
That's a wrap on this deep dive.
Yeah.
Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.
Happy adventuring, everyone!